We're back with another Age of Mythology Retold point of view game. We are watching Recon play against the Rappel. This is from one of the most recent tournaments, Wrath of the Gods. And just before I move the screen, I want to show a little bug that happens where when you load into a game of somebody else, there's a bug which shows, rather than your speed that you move the camera, it shows their speed. So this is how fast Recon moves around the screen, which to me is absolutely crazy. And we're just going to drop that down, wherever that is. We're just going to drop that down to our viewing pleasure down to 1%. I don't know what percentage that is. We don't get to see, but it's made me think maybe I need to put mine a little bit faster. But we are watching Recon versus play Ra versus Rappel's set. Now, the reason that I wanted to choose this one is you would expect this game to be some kind of both players going mass wadgets. That's what we've seen a lot from these really high level players. But Recon doesn't choose to do that, and that's why I wanted to watch him play this one, because I'm always someone that doesn't like to, let's say, abuse whatever's the strongest thing. For anyone that doesn't know, abuse is like the AoM lingo for just playing something ridiculously strong that doesn't really have many counters. And yeah, so Recon goes in for something else, which I believe is pretty strong as well, but maybe not perceived as strong as the wadgets. So he's going to be getting some aggressive obelisks down. So this is something that I have noticed some of these Ra players do. Sometimes they drop one obelisk back home somewhere to see their like next resources, and then just go all out forward. Basically what they're trying to scout with these is they're trying to see their enemy gold mines and potential second town centers, because if the set player wants to go for a second town center, you can use shifting sands as the Ra player to get onto it, or you can go over with your Sphinx and potentially stop that. Because you can get some priests out early and some Sphinx. You can see how he just gets so much line of sight. And if you want to be able to use your empowerment bonus to get a little bit of line of sight, you can literally just shift click and spam click after you've built it or when you're building it. And that's how that happens. And he's getting a cheeky one right in the corner, which won't be spotted really. And I won't really see the gold mine, but maybe there'll be a town center within this kind of area, so it's just a good idea to get one down here. Apart from that, just doing the standard thing, getting his monument to the villagers right here, so his pharaoh can empower that, and then get everything within the circle. Nice. It's a pretty nice positioning here, because he'll also get it for this one. Won't have it for the berries unless he puts his granary right here, which he absolutely can. Only a pixel of it needs to be touching. Unfortunately, he doesn't really see much with this obelisk, but he could have got lucky there. But he can see if Rappel wants to go for this gold mine. But you can see how much line of sight a Ra player gets if they send their priest forward to actually put these obelisks down, rather than getting the small amount of income you would be getting if you had your pharaoh on the food and then your priest here. And he's also getting a second priest out, which I really like. As you're going up to the next stage or just beforehand, getting your second priest out. So this is it. So he's going through Bast, which is why I wanted to watch this game. Because I just feel like, yeah, something that isn't like the quote-unquote meta is always nice to see. And then the setup and slowly take down this obelisk. It doesn't even do 1 damage per shot there. Look at that. Wow, so that's going to take ages to work itself out. As you can just see there that I pressed my hotkey for extra heroes. I thought maybe that would mean that Recon has that same hotkey, but that would be pretty wild. And he's just going to paint the map with these obelisks. And Ra's gone from Legacy, where he had terrible scouting, to actually probably up there with some of the best scouting. If you don't count the Atlanteans and their OP scouting. But anyway, we're getting through to the next stage. See what he's kind of got here. So he's got 8 on the gold, which means that he could go for a second town center or go for these priests. So that's one thing that you can do early on. You can decide to get a lot of priests out to get the vision and also deny a potential second town center or any early aggression from the opponent. It's also good to just be able to stop these animals. If he can bring a few priests down here, stop the animals, but he's more just going after the vision. He's just saying, yeah, if you want to take the animals, feel free, I guess, unless it's going to be really free and easy to get. As soon as this gets up to the second age, yeah, you can start taking these down. Vision comes through from Rappel to see if he's going for a town center. It's a pretty good vision because he would just see this this settlement as well. So nice use of the vision. But how many monuments do we see? So we see 2 monuments and not another one. He's also getting the houses just in line of this monument, which means that this also gets empowerment bonus. Something that's that actually gives a pretty decent bonus, and something so small thing that you might not think about normally. Sphinx has found a priest over here, and Sphinx are actually pretty good at taking down priests, but they don't want to be hit by the wadjet. Wadgets they do ridiculous damage because they have divine damage, and then they get boosted 2 times against the Sphinx. They're doing double divine damage, which is pretty disgusting. Unfortunately, it loses his priest there and didn't manage to take down the wadjet. But as long as the Sphinx don't go down, they should be fine because of the amount of priests that are out. There are still 3 priests out, and he's still getting more as well. So nice to heal these up. And he'll want to be going in for this Haruko Sphinx upgrade because it just makes him so much stronger. The first upgrade isn't that good. I don't know what it gives. It doesn't give much. It gives attack and hit points, actually. It does give decent things, but the speed from the Haruko Sphinx, the third stage, the second upgrade, is just what you want there. And he's actually going for a delayed second town center, which is something that I've actually started to like doing, is getting some priests out to do some early aggression and then going into a second town center. You get slightly less villagers, but I mean, it works out like you're not that far behind, and also you can put some pressure on, you can deny the vision, you can stop the extra animal conversions and things, so it's absolutely worth it. Shifting Sands coming in to try and deny this, but it was a little bit too late, so Recon will easily be able to throw these guys out. Won't get a kill on them because he doesn't want to overcommit with his 2 priests against 5 priests and wadgets, but these guys are out of position now, so that means that the Sphinx have free reign to go wherever they want. He's spotted that Rappel has a second town center there. Unfortunately, can't get too much damage done because of the Pharaoh. But over here, as we said, against priests, they're absolutely fine. Wants to get this one back so the priest can heal him back up. Also wants to get an obelisk right in the face here. If you can empower this, then you can see so much. What is he doing in terms of barracks? So there aren't any barracks ups. This isn't a pure classical. Is he getting the granary just in? Oh, that might be just pixel in range. Looks like it is. I think Recon's played Ra before. But hasn't got a barracks up, so just deciding to go for the Haruko Sphinx and the priests. That means that he'll be able to get a better third age timing if he wants to go to the heroic age, rather than fully committing into like the spearman kind of thing. Whereas the spearmen aren't going to get that much value anyway. They'd only really be there to take out the priests, but spearmen against wadgets, the wadgets take them down so quick, so it's just really not even worth it. Unless you want to go into them en masse, but that's a little bit tricky. Wall's going to go down so quick. Doesn't even get in to repair it. No chance. Sphinx are pretty good against buildings, and they get the extra crush damage as well from all their upgrades. But doesn't manage to kill any, just forces them off, which is absolutely fine. Also going through Sobek. So Sobek gives you the camel upgrade, the regen camels. He also gives you the locust swarm, and locust swarm is still pretty similar to what it was in the original game. It does something slightly different where it moves along now, but it's still one of those things where you can either get really high value or not a lot from it. But it is quite cheap to recast. I think it's like 70 or 75 or something to recast, but we will see that later on. Nice to split the Sphinx up, and he's just denying vision everywhere and getting his own vision. He basically has the whole map obelisked up, and these animals that have been converted just going straight down. He's already moved over to this gold mine, which is something that on these maps you definitely want to do. This is one of those maps where the gold is just kind of everywhere. It quite often spawns on the sides too, but it's just a good idea to get up a decent fortification here. So you would want to get a Migdal up as soon as possible, which is exactly what he does. What you can also do is get a wall back here. So then if your opponent wants to come in, you can just retreat back to the wall and they have to run all the way around. Or you can wall up the 4 sides. Obviously, it takes a long time. But also, I mean, he sees pretty much every gold mine. The only gold mines he doesn't see is obviously where Rappel is, and then this is the second one. So he wants to get an obelisk up there. Or maybe that's where Mr. Rock is going, because the Rock isn't very strong currently, so he's basically just a tanky scout right now. Or maybe super late game he could be useful, but not as useful as he used to be. So going in for those camels, as we said, Sobek is the guy with the camels. So why not? Camels are very, very strong. They have 6 speed. They have bonus damage against cavalry, and also they have really high pierce damage. So they're pierce armor, sorry. So they're still good against archers. So basically anything which the set player wants to build out of the Migdal stronghold will be countered by the heavy camels. And then if the raffle decides to go into barracks units, that's what the Sphinx are for. That's what the priests are for. We'll be able to tear those down pretty quickly. Here we go. Dark water. So this is the thing which gives you actually 10% extra hit points too. I thought it was just the regen. 10% extra hit points too. Crazy. And now Raffle Scorpion Man just going around doing the same thing that Recon wanted to do. But wants to push in here. Now he's got his upgrade on his camels with his 203 HP. Can push back those units. Raffle actually didn't decide to go into mass wadgets, which would have been the kind of counter to Sphinx, but he will have Nepthes and the ability to get extra damage on his heroes, so doesn't really need them. Nice raid on this gold mine here, while some of the units are out of position. Bit of a locust swarm onto this gold mine. Unfortunately, didn't get any kills with it, but pushed him off gold, about half HP'd everything. So if he can get back in with a Sphinx special, they will all go down. The Rock doing his job. Nice scout action here. Migdal up on this second gold mine. So doesn't wait for this one to get low. Just goes, I want to get this one. Even going for a third one. We'll probably want to put a Migdal down here to secure this, or some kind of wall as well. But heavy camels with their regen are pretty scary, and he's just got so much map control now. I would like to see something here, some sort of vision. But maybe the Rock will be able to tell when something comes along there, or his army's around here. So I mean, Raffle's not really going to try and sneak that. As Ancestors coming in from the enemy players, this is just to push. That's just to push Recon off, and Recon likes that because there's no aggressive Ancestors. If you can force a defensive Ancestors whenever you can, it's definitely worth it, because Ancestors is one of those annoying god powers. You can just stick it on a gold mine, or stick it over here with his food, and then you just can't gather for a while, and it will take out a few villagers. So definitely good to do that. Looks like there is a lot of units here though, even with these, especially with these minions. Priests are here, but Ra priests just aren't the strongest, so they are going to tank up for a while. 168 HP with decent armor as well. But actually, there's 9 priests. Maybe 9 priests will be fine. And Raffle does decide to back off. You can just sack these Ancestors. Oh, only around for 12 more seconds. Here comes the Migdal Stronghold. How many of those does he have now? So he's got 3, 1 on each gold mine. Looks like Raffle did get up through through Thoth with the meteor, and he's just wanting to get something in on the base. So many camels here. So we've got set camels, 6, or I think it was 17 set camels against 21 raw camels that have the upgrade. Oh, looks like we got a meteor coming in. Where did that meteor go? Oh, we're going over here. Meteor onto the Migdal stronghold. Will easily take out the Migdal, but that's only 1 of 3 of Recon's gold operation, so he's absolutely fine and doesn't lose all his villagers. Migdal stronghold straight back up, and absolutely fine. I mean, he probably would have been slightly stronger to do it on this one, but it's just one of those things you don't know unless you got the vision on it. We're just constantly pumping these. If he actually cancels these, he'll be able to get up to the Mythic Age, if that's something that he wants to do. He is at full population, so probably something that he's looking for now. He is at full pop. And he is. Osiris coming in. Osiris gives you an even better upgrade for your camels. So double unique upgrade for the camels is something that Ra definitely likes. And then you also get Ra's unique bonus, which gives, is it more damage to the camels? Oh, you can't actually see. God damn it. It's one of those things that I never remember, because Legacy had more damage, more HP, and now they have... I'm actually going to look at it, because that's going to annoy me. Where is Ra? More HP. 15% more HP. Not more damage this time. Nice split, actually, by Raffle to try and get some of the priests here, because the priests are a little bit weak now. There aren't any myth units out. But there's just so many camels here for both sides. And the camel game is on Recon's side. until Raffle gets champion camels, because he does have that that earlier power spike of getting to the Mythic Age. But I mean, as soon as Recon's in the Mythic Age, he'll also get that champion camel upgrade, and he has the stronger camels, as we said. Also going for these cheeky little raids too. This guy's really low HP. Just trying to get tiny little raids off, slowly pull ahead. Migdal Stronghold being surrounded. These do decent damage to buildings. This is just one of those things where they're just so strong, these these damn camels. They're fast, they're pretty tanky, they do decent damage, even against buildings, because they have 11 hack damage. Not bad. Some aggressive hunting coming forward as well. The Rock's still chilling, looking back here. Maybe he needs to still have a look over this side. But actually, this is where Grapple was deciding to get gold from, but he has vision on that one. Forward town centre coming through as well, just for the more population, really. Just wants more population in heavy camel riders. And also that Osiris will be coming in. Son of Osiris, very, very strong. And especially with no range damage from the other side, apart from these priests. So the Son of Osiris will do some serious damage. Champion Camels coming in, but Champion Camels pre-queued, as well as Desert Wind coming in straight away. Recon knows what his timing is, which is getting just better camels than his opponent. So Son of Osiris in. Should be able to deny that settlement before it's... you could do so much damage to the structures of settlements, and then it spawns half HP. Doesn't really do that much damage. He could put some units in it to make it do a little bit more damage, but Son of Osiris in is going to do loads of lightning damage here against everything. These guys don't have that much hack armor. That is the one downside of these camels. And actually, Son of Osiris doesn't do hack damage anymore. He does divine damage, so they're not really bothered there. Mummy coming in too. Mummy's very, very strong. Mummy's getting queued up. And this is something that I thought very early on that mummies were very, very strong, but none of these pro players were doing it. And it's just one of those things. It takes a while for the good strats to kind of be noticed. And that's it. I mean, it was after also Thoth was nerfed, so then Osiris kind of became good here. But Camel Riders, it turns out that going through Sobek and Osiris with lots of good Camel Riders is good, and it's going to be better against one that doesn't have the upgrades. But also just really nice play with the Sphinx early on to deny the vision, stopped the Wadjet issue here, and it's just nice to see that you don't have to go the meta strategy to kind of work out. And yeah, if you want to see more of this game, this is from the Wrath of the Gods tournament, and I'll put a link to that in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.